Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Max.
And this is Movie Nostalgia, where we give you an honest review of the movies we've meddled with so mischievously over at Maybe Movies. And this time, we are talking about Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. This is the 1989 film, directed by Rob Hedden, featuring the talents of Jensen Daggett, Scott Reeves, Peter Richman, Kane Hodder, and finally Kelly Hu.
Yes. Who I did recognise actually. That's not surprisingly the Asian girl who was with the blonde girl on the ship. Yeah, that's her. But
yeah, I thought so.
Lady Deathstrike.
She's not.
Yeah.
What, in T2?
X-Men 2.
X-Men 2?
Yeah.
Goodness me. I would not have recognised her. Well spotted.
And I think she did some of the voices for some of the Mortal Kombat games as well.
Oh, fantastic. So she has a career.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, she looked good, despite her limited role with not terribly great dialogue, but we'll come to that.
Yes, yeah. First time. I think I saw this one in France, actually.
All right, that long ago.
Because we moved there in 91. One of my mum's friends, Marianne, who's from Mauritius as well. But she ended up moving and settling in France. Mm. And we used to go and visit them when we were kids. So we kind of grew up with their children as well.
It's a natural environment.
Yeah. And when we moved to France, we were up visiting them and their son Jean-Jacques, who's, I think, about the same age as me. At that time, he was really into his horror films.
Oh, right. So you got dragged along for the ride?
Yes. There was a couple, because, again, I'd started sort of getting more into horror movies. I'd always been into horror literature, as we've discussed before.
Yeah, of course.
But I was only, about that point, really getting into horror films.
Oh, so that's kind of the origin of your interest in horror films.
I was always had an interest in it, but I was taking more of an active interest in it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, and some of it was some of the stuff that he showed me. There was Halloween 4, which was the first one I saw. There was a film, and again, it was called something else in French. It was years later I found out. Another low-budget film, Dead Heat.
I've never seen it. The zombie cop movie. Never seen it, but apparently it's really good.
It is actually really good, and it's also, I think, one of the last appearances for Darren McGavin.
We all make mistakes, Dr. Smithers.
Dr. McNabb.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that he was in that.
Yeah, but that was one of his last films.
Oh, okay.
We were talking, and I said I'd never really seen any of the Friday the 13th films. He'd not long got this.
Right.
I was like, I'll start with this one then. I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. You know, in some ways, it's kind of a good jump-on movie. I mean, the mythology has already been built. Everybody knows who Jason is, and it's just a process of finding out who he's going to murder this time.
Yes.
So in some sense, it's quite simple to understand.
Definitely. What about for yourself? What about for you?
It wouldn't have been terribly long before we actually did it for the show. I had only ever seen the first Friday the 13th up until our good friend Shane gave me his box set, which goes up to episode 8. But, I mean, even then, it must have been 2003, 2004.
Wow.
Before I'd heard about it so many times, so much so that I almost knew what was going to happen, but I wanted to watch it for myself, which I really enjoyed. It's actually quite a good slasher because it misdirects you.
Yeah, I think I saw most of
wasn't
the early ones sort of after I'd seen this one once I moved back to England.
Yeah.
So I definitely saw 1, 2, 3 and 4 by sort of about 96, 97. I'd caught up on those.
Right. Whereas it was, 3-4 years ago, Shane got in touch with me, said, I've got a bunch of DVDs or Blu-rays, I don't want any more, do you want any? And one of them was the box set of Friday the 13th, and I thought, well, I'll have that, I've never seen them.
Yeah, absolutely, why wouldn't you?
So I sat down and watched them all in a row.
That's a marathon.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do it in one day, but, I have to admit, I do enjoy those movies, but it has to be said, Friday the 13th Part 8 has got to be the weakest entry.
Yes.
It takes too much for granted. It knows that you know who Jason is. It knows that you know at least some of the mythology, and it just jumps in feet first into the carnage candy that you might expect. But because of that, it doesn't build up its characters very well.
No.
Personally, for me, my favourites are 1 to 4. I thought were pretty good. They did a good job building up their cast before they dispatched them, all those sorts of things. I mean, you get halfway through the movie before you even know who Julius is.
As you say, the again, the setup and payoff is really weak. They set up scenes with characters who are then written out of the story in the next scene. So,
and there's a Chekhov's gun that goes off 2/3 of the way through the movie.
Yes, there is. Which is just like, why would you do that? You know, you were saying at the time that it's like, it was probably to do with rewrites.
It's my theory. I think it was like probably an earlier version of the film would have had a finale involving the pen. When they rewrote it, somebody said, yeah, but what about this?
Well, I think he did write it as well. Rob Hedden wrote it.
Right.
I suppose it would have gone through other people to appease the studio.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was going to say. Maybe that's what it was. It was like, again, we are talking late 80s here.
Oh, yeah, I love the white powder.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a
No,
lot
we
of
can't
white
do that.
powder.
No, change it.
It'll be fine.
It is very linear.
We were talking about this, watching it back earlier on today, and I said it's an and then movie. This happens, and then this happens, and then this happens, and then that happens, but that sets up something, but then this happens, so we ignore that. Mm-hmm. And so on and so forth through the movie. But that doesn't make it any less fun to watch.
No, that's true. There are some nice moments in it. It's both one of the criticisms and one of the things it was praised for, I think, at the time, in that it is a little bit self-referential in places, to the point of almost parodying itself. And that worked for certainly some of the critics at the time, but not for others.
I feel that way a bit myself. I felt like it was a little bit too self-aware, but didn't play into that self-awareness enough to qualify it, to explain it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense.
There are a lot of setups and payoffs, and they're not great. Mm-hmm. It's one of those ones I still struggle with. He's Julius versus Jason. If he had punched him so hard the mask came off and he saw Jason underneath, I think I would have been a lot happier. He is pummeling and nothing happened. Because that scene in part 4, part 5, when the psychic does the scream and his face cracks and it exposes him, and that would have been a lovely repeat of that moment.
Yeah, definitely.
Just being punched so hard his hockey mask comes off, or splits or whatever. It's almost a joke. He's doing nothing, and it goes on for like 3 minutes. It's a bit too much.
Just thinking about it now, you could have really sort of played into that. He gets that perfect punch in, and it knocks the mask off. He sees his face, and there's a moment of horror, but then he's like, all right, I don't have to worry about rearranging your face and making you ugly. And then he goes in even more.
Bang. Yeah, no, that's exactly where I would have gone.
Xadrum is more than just curious content on YouTube. We're also a small publishing house with books covering a range of genres from 1940s pulp adventure to children's novels and even a touch of the macabre for those who like their literature on the dark side. Our titles are available in both paperback and ebook formats. Ebooks are available on Amazon, but physical copies can only be bought exclusively through our website at xadrum.com. Jeff's got enough cash as it is, so why not help us little guys grow and thrive? Links can be found in our banner and in the description to all of our videos, and we look forward to helping you indulge your itch for escapism. As you can probably tell, this is the 8th instalment in the Friday the 13th saga, which, for reasons, we find that Jason is brought back to life yet again and rises from his watery grave under Camp Crystal Lake. But this time he takes a boat trip and then transfers from one boat to another boat, which has a group of seniors heading off for a celebration, a graduation celebration, in the Big Apple. And they take Jason along, and what ensues is blood, death, and terror, and a teleporting zombie.
Oh, a lot of teleportation, yes. A lot of teleportation. Like, sometimes he comes on from this side, and somebody runs that way, and he's already over on that side. There's a bit when somebody's climbing a ladder, and you see the shot, and there's nobody in 50 feet from the bottom of the base of the ladder, and the next shot is Jason just grabbing the guy by the neck on the ladder. He teleports everywhere in this movie.
I was trying to think about it earlier. Maybe he has some special ability that as soon as he's designated somebody as a victim, he can just bend space-time to put himself somewhere nearby.
That would make sense if somebody bothered to explain it. You know, to put it into the mythology. Yeah.
Yeah, it is glorious. Again, it's a drinking game in its own right.
It is. Not to say that it's not a fun movie to watch. It is good fun. It's just not terribly grown up.
No. For as contentious as it was even at the time, And I mean, I think even now it's only got something like 15% on Rotten Tomatoes and about 3% on IMDb.
Well, it was one of those movies that sold a premise that it never delivered on.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Even with all of that, it didn't do bad. It was made for somewhere between 5 and 5.5 million and took just over 14.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. That's enough money to make some cash.
Yeah. So for this one, I mean, again, unless you've got anything else you want to add about it?
I've got nothing else to add to this. I mean, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to nitpick just a little bit. As you may know, one of the things is there's a certain sound effect that plays when Jason is stalking. And in this movie, they changed that sound effect. The original was whereas this was ja-ja-ja. Oh. Just to explain, in the mythology, originally this was Jason's mother hallucinating Jason saying, kill her mother. Ki, ma, ma, ma. But they changed it and it went ja-ja-ja. So when Jason, but it went oh, and I don't know what the oh was. I don't know what that was meant to be. I'm assuming it was meant to be his mother's voice in his head. So J, yeah, mm-hmm. Jason. But was there oh? Where does that come from? What is that supposed to be?
It should be like Jason Kills or something like that.
Yeah, but it doesn't go key.
No. Weird. I don't know. If anybody does know, please, obviously, stick it in the comments below.
It's not the best Friday the 13th movie. It will never be the best Friday the 13th movie. But it is worth a watch.
I'm giving it a half. Yeah, just, we do a lot of these and trying to establish some kind of baseline, if you like, for what we kind of think is a good or a bad movie, as opposed to sort of rating them individually, because then it's kind of meaningless.
I understand what you're saying, and I think I would have given this a solid thumb, because I am a sucker for horror movies, even bad ones. But I think, under mature introspection, I think Max is right. I think it only deserves the half, because even in its own series, it is by no means the best. It's probably not the worst. I would put number 5 there in the worst.
Mm-hmm. Damn enchiladas!
But it's just not the greatest, and it's certainly not anywhere near the quality that the rest of the series has.
Yeah, especially when you look at the premise and in the title of the film. As you said earlier, it promises a lot and it doesn't really deliver.
It does not. I mean, they only spent 20 minutes in New York.
Yeah.
And that's just not good enough in a 90-minute film.
Mm-hmm. What was I going to... Oh, yeah. Oh, that'll do. I'm going to use this.
All right.
Yes, because I'm going to say that I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
I do.
What's that, then?
You're thinking, did I fire 6 Oscars? Or only 5? And considering that this is the 44th Oscar, the most powerful Oscar in the world, and at this range will blow your head clean off, you got to ask yourself one question. You're feeling lucky?
Not really. Not really.
Until the next time, everybody, please do look after yourselves, look after one another, and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Hey. I got to know.